Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Dow Jones this morning? I've got the weekly chart up at the moment, and a couple of things are concerning me for the move to the upside. And the first one is we've got a pretty good grouping of the oscillators here, but that's not, no, it doesn't mean much, because if you look at how long we were grouping on the weekly towards the end of last year, you can see it can stay sort of in these overbought conditions for a very long time. I think the thing that is bugging me though is we do have diversions here. So we've got a higher high, but the oscillator here has formed a lower low. Okay, so that is kind of just a warning bell. Remember, you can't trade on the oscillators alone. And the next thing that we're looking at in the weekly is we do have an inside bar, and then we've got this indecision bar of last week. Okay, however, the trend is still up. So I'll take it with a bit of a pinch of salt, basically. Rather still looking for a reason to get long than a reason to get short. Okay, so I think a few things. Firstly, let's do that. So on the 4 hour, this flag breakout that we had here hasn't really been tested. So there is a possibility we can still pull back down to this. Okay, and if we have a look at this, just gonna do that really. So there are two levels here. Okay, the first one is this top blue line, which is 26,358. Okay, now you can see how we bounced off that, but we do have an open breakout here, which is this inside tail at 26,310. Okay, so we haven't come back to test that breakout. And at the same time, we've got the 200 moving average just a little bit lower down, and you'll find that that will line up with another breakout. There's the next breakout. Okay, and actually come down a little bit. Now, and one more. Sorry. There we go. Right. So these two areas are 26,230 and 26,177 are definitely areas that would interest me for getting long. Okay. If we have a look at the chart overall, we have got a moving average crossover. Moving averages are pretty far apart. Okay, we are grouping to the downside. We have stepped out the Bollinger Band, so there are some warnings that we're about to turn back to the upside. What I'd like to see is just another, actually a double bottom of sorts, so like we had here. Okay, so let's just get to the half hour because that's the one that's going to give us our signals today. Okay, so the move on Friday to the downside was really based on data, nothing else. So it was non-farm payrolls. Non-farm payrolls came in worse than expected, and we had a bit of a sell-off. Now, a pretty heavy sell-off because we're talking about a 400-point sell-off. Okay, so I do expect us to kind of retest these lows, if not at least if we do continue to the downside, then I expect us to get some kind of support at one of these levels. So 26,310, 26,230, and 26,177. Okay, if we look at the 30-minute, you can see we're outside the Bollinger on the top. We've had a crossover, and we are busy with another crossover here. When you get crossovers this far apart, okay, it is also a valid signal that we are moving to the downside. Okay, so I think there's still a little bit more downside to come, probably through the Europe Open, because this sell-off of yesterday may continue into Europe today. It would have happened during the European session, the late afternoon session. So Europe should have seen quite a bit of that, but still, that may still continue. So I think as you can hear, I am looking for a long. I'm just not happy to get in long where we are now. I'd prefer us to have a double bottom or a different level below the previous swing low. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for, and there's nothing really much else that we can say about that. We can argue. Okay, so yeah, so there's really nothing else that we can argue about it. So we did get a. You can see here we did have a long signal here. There was your warning. If you had your levels in, you would have seen after this bar would have been okay. There's an opportunity to get long, and you could have got in long. But yeah, so for me at the moment, just waiting for another move to the downside. Okay, and bear in mind that we may not get it, so we may end up with a situation where it kind of goes sideways at the moment. So in other words, it's been running up, and now if I put that wedge in there, you'll see that we've broken out. So I want to see a retest and then another move to the upside. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of difficult to call at the moment, especially this time in the morning. So I'd rather wait for Europe to open, have a look at about 9:15, I think, would be the most intelligent thing to do. See what's happening and then make a decision. But as I say, I'm looking for a level to get hit, and this bottom level here of 26310 was not hit. It is still open, and it is a fairly significant Brooks gap at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm expecting some more downside this morning and a base to be formed a little bit further down. Okay, so 26310, 26230, and worst case scenario would be 26177. That's kind of the area that I'm looking for a long. Okay, and if we do break below, well, no, even if we do break below the low of Friday, sorry, that's not the low of Friday. Stop, make sure. Okay, so if we do break below the low of Friday, I'm still not too concerned. I really do expect us to get some support somewhere along the line. Okay, and just the last thing I want to do is just get a weekly level in, because that is the one that we need to pay attention to. Okay, so that is 26245. Okay, so yep, that's me for today. Still looking for longs and looking for a little bit more of a pullback. Come and tag this 26246 would be ideal. At which point I will definitely be looking for a long. If we do start moving to the upside this morning, it may be worthwhile just hopping on the move, but just keep it tight, the stop tight, because I suspect at the US Open we should at least make another attempt at the low, if not this level of 26. Sorry, what's it? 26. Wait for my mouse. 26245. Okay, here we go. That's me on the Dow today. Looking for longs, just waiting for a pullback that I will be able to buy the dip. Anyway, that's it. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.